It's springtime, you guys. It's beautiful out. I am from Portland, where springtime means something. It means something to us. You walk outside and you're like, I made it. I'm not gonna have to open my wrist to see color. Like, it's meaningful. I made it another year. And in LA, like, the only thing that happens is, like, there's one moment, like in Silver Lake, where everybody's coconut oil liquefies at the same time. I go, oh my God, it's spring. That's cool. I live in the Silver Lake. That's how you have to say it. Because if you say Silver Lake, people don't know what you mean. Where do you live? Silver Lake. Where? Silver Lake. Okay, yeah. I might have maybe lived there too long. It's because it's like the only real method of communication is passive aggression. We don't have soy milk. There's a lot of much better nut milks we can offer. Like, that's what Silver Lake is. I was out walking the other day, and I didn't do nothing, and this guy's dog bit me. I was bitten by a strange dog. And then the man's response was, walk away quickly. And I've lived there so long that all I had was, well, your dog bit me, so that's cool. Like, that's my response to maybe dying of rabies. Like I was judging his dog's record collection like he was wearing the wrong pants. That's cool. I have a tattoo. This is it. It's an octopus. If you're in the front, you can see it. You know, if you're in the back, like, get places earlier. The coolest thing about my tattoo is that it has no deeper meaning. It doesn't mean anything. I just like it. Like, I'm not a marine biologist. I don't particularly like the ocean. I think it smells like dead, wet animals. But if it means anything, my tattoo is a great reminder to me and to people around me that at one point I had $500. That's what $500 looks like. 500. Big 500. Thank you. Thank you very much. It's nice. I met a lady the other day, and she had words. She had a word tattoo, like language. So that, like, has to mean something. And I looked at it, and I was like, honey, do you have a Mr. tattoo? And she goes, no, it's the Beatles. Because we were in Silver Lake. And it's from Blackbird. It's for the Blackbird. The part she had was, take these broken wings and learn to fly. Okay, that's all right. But it's also, take these broken wings and learn to fly. Like, I'm not an asshole, thank you! You can't just have that on there and have people assume it's the Beatles. You gotta put, like, the Mop Tops or George Harrison or just something. I don't know. I'm an animal lover, which means I love animals. Thank you. I don't have my own animal, but my roommate has a cat. So that means, like, I sort of have a cat, right? Like, there's a cat who's around a lot, and sometimes she's not using it, you know? There's cat for me to love. I can also love a cat. And she feeds the cat deer meat. She feeds it venison. Have you heard of this? It is something that white girls will do if they don't have kids. They just want their cat to have the really good stuff, right? Yeah, deer meat. That's where we're at. And I don't think, it's weird, because I don't think it's wrong. I don't think there's anything wrong with feeding a cat deer meat. I just think that it sets the cat up for disappointment. You know, because, like, what if our lives were to change? You know, I don't know what happens tomorrow. Who among us knows? And then we were not able to provide her with the deer meat she has come to expect. You know? And, like, I guess what I'm asking is, do you guys have any idea how many cats it would take to take down a deer? Like 30, 40 cats working together in a way that cats don't. They don't. They don't do that. Just out in the forest with walkie-talkies. Just meow. Meow. And I guess I didn't come down here to get political, right? That's not what I'm about. But I just think the cat food, it should be made out of something that a domesticated house cat has a reasonable shot at. You know? I just think cat food should be made out of mouse meat and disabled birds. A bird with an injury. And on the label have like a little bird with its wing on a sling. And a sad little word bubble coming out of its mouth that says, "That's nature." That's what nature does. We just had a springtime miracle, actually. We just had daylight savings. And it's my favorite because every year we lose that hour. Going to bed feels too early. You feel like you're 8. Waking up feels too early. Feel like you're 100. And yet, every year, lunch is right on time. Right on time. There's no part of my body's like, I couldn't possibly eat lunch now. My body thinks it's 11 o'clock. It turns out I could have been eating lunch at 11 o'clock the whole year. I'm ready for it. You know, there's that thing where you're walking down the street and you're eating something and it's not delicious. It's not what you wanted. And you think, I'm going to throw this thing away. But then you don't find a trash can. So you just keep eating it. And then you are the trash can. That's not really a joke. I just want to tell you guys that swimsuit season is coming. Swimsuit season is coming. It's coming for all of us. I'm not ready. I am still working on swimsuit season 2009. Still working on it. It's part of why I don't like the beach. Everybody's talking about Armenian stuff. Look, I'm a chess teacher. I'm a chess teacher. I teach children to play chess. I teach in Glendale, and I teach in Burbank, and I will beat any 8-year-old. Any 8-year-old, step up to me. I will beat them, and I don't give a shit if they're Armenian. I don't give a shit. Those kids are so funny. This little kid comes up to me. He's 5 years old. He's like, and he's been talking to his grandpa, and he goes, "You must teach me chess. I'm only Armenian, does not know how to play chess." We'll get you, bud. We'll get you some chess. It is cool. They call me Chess Master Jones, because fuck them, they're kids. They don't know. You can tell a child to call you anything, and they just do it. They could call me Madame President. You just tell them to do it. It is magical working with them because it's taught, like working with little boys especially has taught me a lot about men. Because I realized, like, boys are little boys, and then they grow up and they get cars, and then there's men, and then that's it. They don't have anything I don't have. Why am I listening to these assholes, you know? And it's funny because when little boys like you, they hit on you the same way as men do. They just sit you down and tell you every goddamn thing they know. Just about Pokemon or Ninja Turtles or whatever. They're like, I'm not done telling you. I'm like, I stopped being interested a long time ago. And this is why I don't think women should read the back of record albums, because if men don't have tiny music trivia to charm us, the people will die out. You know? you're on a coffee date, and the guy's like, so did you know that first couple albums, Elvis Costello's backing band was actually Clover, the Huey Lewis backing band. Yeah, I did know that, Trent. And I will pay for my own goddamn soy latte. I did accidentally have an extra $80 this year. Thank you. And I gave it to Ancestry.com. I spit in a vial. I can't have money. I'm not allowed to have money. I spit in a vial, and I sent it to Ancestry.com to find out what kind of white person am I. And I don't know what I thought was going to happen. I had dreams. I'm like, oh, something exotic. Who knows? Who knows? I'll tell you what I'm made of. I am made of thousands of years of people fucking with no sense of adventure. Just none. Just they've never been anywhere. They've never met anyone. They've never been on a boat. Just people in mud huts in Ireland walking up to each other and going, we've lived in the same county our whole lives. Would you like to see it? Like, that's it. That's all I am. It's dull. It's dull as dishwater. Oh my God. And what's hilarious is I tell my sisters, I show them my chart. I'm like, we're Irish as fuck and it's nothing to be proud of. And my sister said, and this is someone who went to college. She said, that sounds cool. I think I'll do that. The fuck did I just say? Spend the money on a brain scan, babe. You are not following. No, I have two sisters. They're the best. They're the best. The middle one has a kid. I'm not having kids. Did you know that if you don't have kids, you don't have to recycle? You don't have to. You guys, sir, why are you moaning? You don't have to. It turns out there is nothing worse for the planet than putting another person and their fucking lifetime of pizza boxes and paper towels and coffee cups. That's it. I'm not doing it. What I get to do now, not only do I not have to recycle, sometimes I burn garbage in my yard. I burn garbage in my yard, and when the police come over and ask me what the fuck, I tell them I'm not having kids, they throw me a parade. So, like, she's made the right decision. No one needs this. But, so my sister has a kid, and he's the best. He is very woke. He is 5 years old. He's biracial. He lives in Austin, Texas. And he's just the best. But he's obsessed with gender right now. Who has a penis, who doesn't. If you don't have a penis, he wants to know, what did you do with it? He's very suspicious. Who's on his team? Who's on the other team? You know, like the little, it's all working. Except for now, what happens is his mom called me. They were at the Co-op grocery store, and one of the clerks is a trans woman. And so this guy, in all his wisdom, points at her and says, "That's a man." And his mom's like, she goes into action. She drops on one knee. Yeah, exactly like you said. And she's like, no, baby. She's a woman. She's got long hair. Her name tag says Christina. She's presenting as a woman. She's got makeup on. She's a woman. She's a woman in transition. She's a woman in transition. She's a woman in transition. And we're going to give her all the rights and respect that being a woman gets you. Yes, that is a joke, because there's nothing. There's nothing. There is nothing! No. It's terrible bullshit. So she talks him through this, and she's like, you understand, baby? And he's like, and she's like so excited. She's like, calls me, and this is difficult territory. This is a hard thing to figure out. And I figured it out. I've solved it. I'm the queen of everything. I'm like, well, I'm gonna make you a Mother of the Year trophy. What do you want it to say? Except for now, this little prick, when he sees anyone he thinks is slightly less feminine than Cinderella, or slightly less masculine than Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, He is pointing at them and screaming, "Mom, are they in transition?" And the only solution is don't have kids. That's the only solution that I think we can agree on. I used to be married to a man, if you're curious. And it wasn't for me. Didn't love it. But I learned stuff, I learned I don't like being married. And I learned that marriage is like the ancient puzzle game of Jenga, Like it can stand for a long time, even though it's full of holes and has no foundation to speak of. And also, both things can be destroyed by one drunk whore at a party. That's what I learned. It's okay. My husband was one of those Burning Man people, Yeah, didn't bathe a lot, too much. He would not take aspirin for a headache. He would just walk around with a headache because Western medicine is murder. But he would take any drug given to him by a man wearing a fur vest. Because that's what a doctor looks like, So that didn't work out. Now, a guy friend of mine asked me the other day, and when I say a guy friend of mine, I mean, of course, a male comic that I don't like. And there's no point trying to puzzle out who it is, because there are so many of them. Just so many that I don't like. It actually happened right over in the Yoo-Hoo room, historical. He asked me, what is this shit with feminism where we're equal, but I still have to pay for dinner? And I said, thank you very much for asking me, first of all. Super cool question. Super excited to answer it for you. Super easy answer, actually. Yeah, thank you for asking me. Thank you for bringing this to me. The answer is because it's supply and demand and the American free market system. Right? Because what I have is worth more than what you have. Right? Right. Yeah. And I gotta tell you, I don't feel bad for you guys. Because you have devalued it by making it too available. It's everywhere. It's everywhere. I don't have to get on an app for it. I just leave the house. And people will write you on the internet sometimes when you're a lady comic. And they'll ask things like, hey, are you ever going to go to Pig Snout, Arkansas, or Assless Chaps, Nevada? Because that's where I keep my penis. I don't care. I don't need to import it. I don't need to export it. It's just around. There's some tonight, here. Anyway. Calm down. I am not going to have sex with you guys. There's a reason that we call it your junk, right? In of itself, it has no worth. It has... I would not be proud, but I could make money with this, kind of right away. If it came to that, if I needed to. You guys can't give away your shit for free on Craigslist. And you know that's true because you tried. You've tried to do it. It's a very clean joke. Another thing that doesn't work out for you is sex toys, right? Because our sex toys are beautiful. I don't know if you've seen them lately. They've gotten very fancy. And they all look like birds and butterflies. And men's sex toys look like a piece of animal intestine that has been thrown to the ocean floor to take on water. Our sex toys vibrate. Do any of you vibrate? Like, have we thought about what it would mean for the culture if science took 10% of the money they spend trying to make old men's dicks hard and just make them vibrate? It would change the goddamn paradigm is what they do. Anyway, you guys are great. I've been Virginia Jones, and if you do have a vibrating dick, I will pay for dinner. Thank you very much.